Hello, everybody. Like many of you, I decided to start playing the Final Fantasy trading card game. Now, I am new to it, but I'm not new to Magic, so I decided to compare how these two cards are constructed. I have not heard of anyone trying to counterfeit Final Fantasy cards. I've definitely seen Magic fake, and I will take a look at some of the techniques that you use to determine Magic fakes. Let's take a look at the ink. You can use just your cheap loop that I ordered on Amazon. When you take a look at how it's printed, you can see that the ink pattern has these little circles, just like the Magic cards. On some of your counterfeits, you don't see these little circle rosette ink patterns. You can see that the foiling in the Final Fantasy cards also are little circles. Let's take a look here. Now, one method people used to determine Magic fakes was the bend test. You can take a Magic card, make the tips touch, and you will not have a crease. I don't suggest doing this with Final Fantasy cards. As soon as you try the bend test, this way, there's no bend, there's no crease. But when I try it this way, can't quite tell, but there he is, a little crease. But don't do the bend test. Don't do the bend test on Magic cards either. Now everyone knows about ripping a Magic card, and you can see a little blue line on the inside. Well, the Final Fantasy Tactic cards, or trading card game, doesn't have that little blue line, but that's a terrible method to tell. One thing I did was I took a metal detector to the Final Fantasy foils to see if they're metal, because Magic uses metal in theirs. Now, I think personally that Magic cards look better in foil. As you can see, it doesn't look bad. When I took a metal detector to the Final Fantasy cards, there is no metal in these whatsoever. Now, the Magic may look better, in my opinion, but what this means is these are going to be far less susceptible to the curl that you get with Magic foils. So I decided to run a little test. So I decided to get a boiling pot of water and place a Final Fantasy foil, and there's a Magic foil. Now, with the heat and humidity, or even just leaving your foils, Magic foils, in a car will cause them to curl. You can see it doesn't take long, and the curling in the Magic card starts, but you do not see any curling of Final Fantasy card. Ugh, that's horrible. That's the way most of my old Magic foils look, curled that bad. So while the foils may not look as cool, definitely sturdier. All right, that looks like it. Hopefully I get to play my first game soon, so have a good evening, everybody.